Welcome to the Roger Snipes Show. My name is Roger Snipes. I'm a lifetime natural fitness enthusiast with a key interest in physical and mental development, where science and nature create synergy, bringing you lifestyle optimization. Hi guys, welcome to episode, what number is it? Episode 17. Welcome to episode 17 on the Roger Snipes Show. So today my guest is someone who I literally discovered on the Explorer page of Instagram. Now, funny enough, I don't sit there looking at the Explorer page, but I guess it was just like one of those where I was just on Instagram, scrolling, and came across this lady who, by the look of her, she was in incredible shape, but I could tell that she was in the mature category. So I was like, I can see she really takes care of herself. So I looked into the bio, and the thing that really struck my attention was that it said redefining 50. So the hashtag was redefining 50. And I was like, wait, this woman is 50 years old. Wow. So like, I just thought, okay, let me just have a browse through her page. And she put up a few videos and I could see she had a real vibrant personality and giving away lots of free fitness tips. And I could see lots of home workout videos, and the energy she gave just made me think to myself, this is the sort of person I feel the world needs to know about, and the sort of person that I need to sit down and interview. So you're going to hear a nice little conversation with a lady called Lynn Montaya. So she's 50. I can't remember the story. She sent me a little bio. Let's have a look. So it all started for her when she was 5'8", 112 pounds, and nicknamed Olive Oil. If you remember Olive Oil from Popeye. She feared losing more weight, so joined the men in the weights room. She quickly discovered that lifting weights changed her body for the better. I became tighter, stronger, and more confident. From that point on, fitness has been a part of my life. So that's a little mini bio of her. Anyways, let's do this. Here we are. How you doing, Lynn? You okay?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Sweet. So, Lynn, you're 50 years old.
51, actually.
Oh, 51.
Yep.
Ooh, okay. You just
although
got a bit
I
more
like
respect.
50, I like 50 so much, I'm gonna stick with it for a little bit longer.
It's such a nice round number, isn't it?
It is.
Oh man, it's like recently I just turned 41, and I loved 40. It was so great, and I'm like, 41. It's not quite the same ring, but
it doesn't. Yeah. Although I was 42 for about 4 years.
I might fall in the same category soon. Who knows? So, all right. A little bit about yourself. You're a very free-spirited human being, and you're a fitness trainer with a zest for life and a bit of a goofy sense of humor, which I've seen and what you have exemplified on your Instagram. And so you've said, fitness has changed my life, but it has shaped me literally and figuratively.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. I started strength training when I was 15 years old. At the time, there was like a new fitness club, the first of its kind that opened up in my little town in Georgia. And I got hooked on the aerobic classes. I just loved it. But at 5'8" and 112 pounds, I couldn't really afford to lose weight. And then one day I just decided to go out into the weight room with all the dudes and the rest was history. I just started asking questions, and the guys were super nice and always helped me if I'm like, hey, what should I do for this part of my body? And I just kept asking questions and just kept at it. And probably within a month, I started seeing changes in my body. I wasn't just thin. I was like, I just had like was
Mm.
getting more toned and I was more confident, and it just became my secret weapon. It was always there for me, throughout my life.
So what kept you going at that point when you started? You started to see a couple of lines in your body, maybe a bit of detail, a tiny bit of shape coming through from someone who is probably very slim.
Yeah.
Was it the energy that you was getting? Was it dopamines from the training session, or was it a combination of like seeing subtle changes? What was the main thing at that point? Was you trying to make a big
it
change in your life?
it was it was a combination of vanity because I started
Okay.
looking so damn good.
Ah, okay.
And like people were like, oh my god, your arms look so good. And then it just, you know how it is when you strength train, and you're just there and you're pumping iron, and it just makes you feel just incredible. you know
Mm.
it's just the best feeling in the world.
Yeah. I would definitely agree with that. I don't know how it was for me. All I know is that when I first started, I was looking in magazines and I was thinking, wow, this is possible. So that's what kind of kept me going in the gym. And I just kept lifting and lifting, just thinking at some point in the future, I will look like these guys. But anyway, it's about you.
And
So,
boy,
mhm.
you nailed it.
Oh, thank you. You know what is weird? You know what is weird? Like one of the people who was my heroes back in the day, back in the 90s when he was competing. Don't know if I should mention his name, but I actually
Uh-huh.
met him at a fitness expo. And when I did
Ooh.
meet him and I took a photo with him and I shared it with my friends, they were like, "You look better than him now." And to be
Oh,
fair,
dang.
he was, you know what's actually, he was about my age as I am now. And I'm thinking to myself, maybe when I get that age, I will start to lose shape. But the thing is, I in fact look better than when I did when I was in my 20s. So
Nice.
um yeah, so it's been a good run so far.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, I want to ask, so how many years in total have you been training so far?
36 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what does it take to keep to this level of consistency?
You mean kind of like what I feel is the secret formula?
Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But like, man, 36 years. You got people who train for 3 months and then they fall off. They were like, "Oh, it was difficult." So this is 36 years. You know, some people haven't even lived this full adult life yet. Um, it takes a lot. Like, what
It
what
it
keeps
just
you
became
consistent?
it just it just became a part of my life. It's like, you brush your teeth, you wash your face, you put on deodorant, and you work out. And
Okay.
I don't my workouts aren't that long, and I think that helps, because like if I'm doing a strength workout, it's never longer than 30 minutes. So I think the time issue really is a big factor for a lot of people, especially these corporate people that have so little time. But I'm a big believer in supersets, doing like cardio drills in between. So say, you know, or doing something to failure. Say you do all your chest exercises and then you end it with as many push-ups as you can,
Mm.
and that really helps with the strength. But I think just really dialing in my workout and constantly changing it up so I don't get bored is big.
Ah, right,
Because back
right.
in my 30s, I was kind of doing the same thing. I would say my 30s was when even though I was still working out, I didn't look as good as I did in my 20s and my 40s and my 50s. I got a little doughy. but
Right.
it was just because I was doing the same thing.
Okay. Okay. So you've kept it up like consistent because you've switched it up and have always kept it exciting for yourself.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
said that you started off with doing aerobics. Do you still do that now, or is it completely different?
It's completely different. Well, I teach a spin class, and that's like my passion, indoor cycling. Having that hour of just going, balls to the wall, it that it's so awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just love to push myself physically. I love to see, yeah, can I do this? Can I do this? And then you do it, and it just like builds on your confidence level. And
Mm,
then it's like you start becoming fearless.
absolutely. Absolutely. What's the biggest challenge you've set yourself as you're on your fitness journey, do you reckon?
Um, well, I'm constantly doing little challenges with myself. Like it started last year of doing 100 squats a day. I said, okay, let's for this month I'm going to do 100 squats a day.
Whew.
And I did it, and it became easier and easier. And now it's actually I do it every single day. Every time I brush my teeth, I do squats.
Oh, wow.
Um, yeah, and just little things like that. Like now, I'm going to see how many chin ups I can do a day because honestly I haven't been the best at chin ups, but
Mm,
I'm gradually getting stronger.
mm.
Um, I did the plank. I wanted to see how many not planks, competition burpees I can do. Um, how many? I set my timer. I wanted to do 100. I wanted to see how long it would take, and I knocked out 100 of them in 6 minutes and 13 seconds.
I actually saw that video. I
Thank
saw that
you.
video that you posted. I was like, what? I was like, when I saw that, I was thinking, what what time would I do? And then I almost felt a bit scared because I was like, what if I don't do as good? I was like, you know what? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I just gave a like on the post and just left it as that. But that's really incredible. That's really good. I
Yeah,
remember setting myself a challenge doing a Tough Mudder, and
yeah,
that thing as you mentioned about when you just feel great when you really set yourself a challenge, and you might feel exhausted afterwards, but there's a certain feeling there which you just oh I don't know, it just can't
yeah.
be explained. It's just like, oh my god, such a great sense of accomplishment, isn't it?
It is. It's like a drug. You get addicted to it.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
And
oh, I'm
and then
sorry, go on.
I don't understand like when people, you know, will challenge themselves and rise to the occasion when it comes to their corporate life or their career. But physically, so many people just don't do that. And it's mind blowing because
Mm.
your main priority would be to take care of your body.
Yeah, just your health, and that is
Yeah,
it. Okay,
exactly.
you're alive. Take, make sure that you stay alive for quite a long time if you can.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like taking care of your car.
Well, a bit more important, but yeah,
Oh
I
yeah, true.
understand. Yeah. But yeah, it's funny enough, people would probably take a bit more care of their car than themselves, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, what is a typical day in the life of Lynn Montana? Yeah, we spoke about consistency, but it's like myself, I've got certain protocols I follow every single morning without fail, even if certain things are trying to throw a curveball at me. I'm like, yep, okay, yeah, I understand this needs to be done, but I've
Hmm.
got my principles, my protocols, which has to be followed every day. How how
Yes.
how does that work for you? What is a typical day for you?
So I wake up, and first thing I do is drink 1 or 2 glasses of water. I think, I just feel like my cells are parched, you know, for going 8, 9 hours without drinking. So that's the first thing. Then I knock out 10 push ups, 10 competition burpees. I do a quick little ab routine. And then, like I said, I do the 100 squats while I'm brushing my teeth. Because if
Mm.
you have a sonic care toothbrush, that's 2 minutes. So 2 minutes of squats every single day, it's really going to help.
Wow.
So that's basically it. And then I just eat when I get hungry, and I eat real food that I make myself, because I'm not going to leave my health up to somebody that works back in a kitchen and doesn't give a crap
I
about what
love
I
that.
eat.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I describe myself as a vegan, but I'm starting to realize I'm more of a what's called a flexitarian, because I do eat eggs. Yeah, I can't live without eggs, I've decided. So
Oh,
I'll
okay.
have like I'll have like a whole wheat with avocado on it, and a egg, like a fried egg on it. And that's what I eat for breakfast, and then like beans and rice or something for lunch, and whatever I decide to make for dinner.
That's interesting. That is really interesting. I don't think I don't think I've ever heard of flexitarian before, but that's pretty cool. Do you know what? I might even just adopt that to my life. What are you? I'm a flexitarian. It just
And then you can flex while you say it.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that fits perfectly. Because I was going to ask you, yeah, what do you follow? Carnivore, paleo, vegan, fruitarian.
Yeah,
So
definitely vegan. I just think the meat that's out there nowadays is it's just so poor quality. It's not like the meat we had back in the 70s.
right, okay, okay. Yeah, I mean, I was born borderline 70s, so I can't really talk on that behalf,
Ah,
really, because I was
yeah.
literally born and then like, yeah, that's it. I just rolled over to the 80s. Um,
Ah,
okay. So well, what's your thoughts on grass-fed beef and organic meat, which are not industrial raised? Would you ever consider eating those types of meat since you're a flexitarian and not full on?
I do. Every blue moon, and I'm sure I'm going to piss my vegan friends off, but every blue moon, I'll just all of a sudden just crave it. And I
Mm,
always feel that when your body's craving something, it needs it.
mm,
So if that's the way I'll go, it's got to be grass fed, it's got to be healthy. You know, I
mm.
just, yeah, I can't stand the mass produced, because they're just kept in such horrid conditions and pumped with so much antibiotics and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So where would you buy your meat should you decide to buy it, that blue moon time?
We have a cool butcher shop in Santa Ana that has really high quality stuff, and or just Whole Foods. Whole Foods is pretty good too.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Um, so you're 50 and
Yes.
well, 51. Um,
50.
okay, 50, 50. Yeah, we could work with that. But you have the body of a woman probably like in her 30s, I would say. Like
Thank you.
really shapely, just everything all in proportion.
Thank you.
Charisma of someone I would say in their 20s or teens. Charisma is like next level. I was going to ask, so when you go out with friends, are they around your age or are they younger? And if they are around your age, what is it like? Do you find that they are like, please act your age? Do any of your friends say that at all?
I actually do hang out with younger people.
Right, right. Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just such a young soul, I feel like. And even though my friends are, in their 30s, I'm usually the most immature one.
What's something typical that you'll do when you go out, which people might feel a bit like, oh, Lynn, please stop that.
I'd rather not say.
Okay, okay, okay. All right. Cool. So,
Yeah.
an average age? Would you say are they like in their 30s or maybe 40s that you might go out with, or even younger?
Yeah. Yeah. Anywhere from 29 to 38, I guess.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. Um, all right. As I mentioned, you look phenomenal. Have you
Thank you.
ever competed on the stage before? Like in
I
a
have.
bodybuilding or like, bikini model or anything?
Yeah, I did that in 2017. It was on my bucket list. It's something I had always wanted to do, but honestly, I just didn't have the confidence to do it.
Mm,
And it took getting older, oddly enough, to start gaining that confidence, which is very strange. So I
mm,
did it, and I'm glad I did it. I came in. I did no prep. I had 2 weeks to prepare. I pretty much just walked out on stage the way I look now, and just did a couple of weeks of the posing practice. Um, but I came in second and third, which is pretty good. But I don't
mm.
think I'll ever do it again. It's just not my bag, because
Right.
the fact that you're supposed to be seen as somebody strong and muscular and stuff, and then I don't get why the women have to come out with all this bling and these tiny bikinis, and
Mm,
it's just so not me. So,
yeah. What federation was it?
oh, it wasn't a big one. It was some local show in Orange County. I don't even remember the name. Oh,
Right.
Lauren Powers.
Okay. And did you go out was it a bikini competition or was it like
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
bikini competition. Yeah.
And you won't ever do that again?
No,
No.
no. And it was weird. It was weird looking like down at the judges, and they're just, yeah, I don't know if I should say this, but they're all like, overweight men. I'm
Hmm.
like, I don't know if you should.
It's, I get that. I get that. It's like, how do you even qualify to judge me? We're just going to take a short break and return right back. What if you can check your blood glucose levels 24 hours a day? Well, you can with a CGM by NutriSense. CGM stands for Continuous Glucose Monitor. It tracks your blood sugar levels at all times of the day without you mechanically having to operate anything. All the information is transferred to your phone when you tap your phone on the CGM. You can use this information to learn which foods respond in what way and ultimately which ones are creating the insulin spike. This is very useful for diabetics, pre-diabetics, and health-conscious people who just want to monitor their body. You can get $20 off your CGM by visiting nutrisense.io and using discount code Roger. We are now going to return right back to the podcast. Thank you. That is kind of one of the reasons why I thought to myself, I've competed before, but I've
You
thought to
have.
myself, why, why should I allow someone else to judge me? What gives someone the authority to? So,
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Exactly. And then it's just kind of, it's a lot of it. It just has to do with the posing, and doing my arms like that and those weird circle things that the women do. It was so, it was so foreign.
Oh gosh. Would you ever consider doing any other type of competition?
I've had friends tell me that I should do like the American Ninja Warrior, but I don't know if I'm up for that.
Wow, yeah, that would be pretty awesome. Especially
It,
like, just saying, yeah, I'm 51 or 52, depending how old you're going to be the
yeah,
time you decide to do it, if you do it.
yeah,
That would be pretty awesome.
yeah, yeah,
So you've been training for many years and you started off with aerobics and slowly moved over towards strength training. So your your main focus in training is to do with strength, and also training your hips and flexibility. Why would
yes.
you say that is really important for anyone?
Well, it's actually HIT training, high intensity interval training.
Oh, hit. My bad. Sorry.
Yes, yeah, that's okay.
Hmm.
It's, to me, all right, I started doing hits about 10 years ago. Just same thing, like, it just started coming out. And the guy that I was dating at the time, he was 13 years younger than me.
Oh, wow.
He's like, yeah, he's like, you should try it. You probably do pretty good. And the only cardio I was doing was my cycling, which is, um, a great workout. But hit's a whole different beast. That my first hit workout, I was dying, and I still die during hits, but it's it's like a necessary evil. It's like, getting those endorphins going. And it's only 20 minutes, but you just go as hard as you can, and get it done. And
Mm.
it's a really good. Um, I think it complements strength training really good, because you're doing these body weight exercises where you're using your whole body. So you know,
Mm.
even though I strength trained my entire life, I wasn't particularly super strong until I started doing hits.
Mm. Okay. Very
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
And you do a lot of flexibility work?
Yeah. Since turning 50, I was never really big into yoga or Pilates, because they're just so slow. Um, but getting older, you've got to start doing it. You can get away without stretching when you're 30, 20s, 30s, and 40s, but your muscles start getting really stiff. And you see old people kind of shuffling around and stooped over.
Oh,
I
God.
don't want that to happen to me,
I'm getting that ready. No, only
Yeah.
joke. But some days I do feel like that. And I'm like, I need to stretch more. Some days I'll,
Yes.
I'll go full on stretching, and then there'll be weeks when I don't even think about it. But I want it to be natural, like when I train. And I'm
Yeah.
guessing you make it very natural, just like your training. Am I right?
Yes. What I found, what works for me, is I stretch at night.
Mm.
So right before I get in bed, or if we're watching something on TV, I'll just, lay on the floor and just start stretching. And I'm actually going to post a stretching workout on my YouTube, because I just think it's so important. And 'cause knowing what you're going to do, it's just like strength training. You got to know, okay, this is what I'm going to do today,
Mm.
and then do it. Because I think we just kind of start stretching, and it's like, okay, we're, stretching our sides or obliques or legs, and it's like, oh, I don't know what else to do. So
Got
it's
you. Mm.
being prepared and having a little routine that you can do.
Mm. Do you do static or dynamic stretches?
Um, Static stretches, yeah.
Mm.
Because
I, I,
and let me tell you this: when you do a static stretch, never bounce. Always just hold it, and hold it for like 20 to 30 seconds.
mm, okay. I guess that's where a lot of people say dynamic is better, because maybe the error is in the bouncing. Every time I see people doing a static stretch, they always seem
Uh-huh.
to bounce with it. What's with the
Yeah.
bouncing? I don't know.
I don't know either. It's like something left over from the 80s, I think.
Right, right. So I was going to ask, has training got easier for you over the years or harder at this stage of your life?
Huh, it's an interesting question. It was always easy. Well, not easy. I mean, because you push yourself and stuff. But at some
Mm.
point, it was about 2018, I started to feel really run down, and just tired all the time. I couldn't get through the day without, one nap, and then it became two naps. I was teaching my spin class, and a couple times I was thinking, oh my God, I can't do this anymore. Like, I don't know how I'm going to be able to sustain this level of fitness. And it comes to
Mm.
I came to find out that it was all related to hormones. So I went through menopause, and which was no big deal, But what I didn't know is that after menopause, all your hormones start decreasing. So your human
Mm.
growth hormone, which, well, that actually starts decreasing after the age of 30. Testosterone. I had no testosterone left in my body. I had no estrogen. I had no progesterone. I
Wow.
was basically like a shell.
Wow.
So it was really scary. It was because my body is my life. It's how I get clients. It's how I sustain a living. It's so it was pretty scary. But it took about a year of being on hormone replacements to start feeling like I did in the past. And now my clients joke because if ever I pull out a hit workout that's from 2016, that's when I was actually in my prime, I would say, when I was my strongest.
Mm.
They're like, oh no, not a 2016 workout, because they know it's going to be harder than crap.
Okay. Do you have to take any kind of treatment on a regular basis?
Well, yeah, every day I do. I have a progesterone pill, an estrogen pill. I do testosterone, the shot in my butt, and human growth hormone.
Okay.
And
And
I have to take something for my thyroid. My thyroid was off too. So I think it's so important if you're in the 48 to over 50 range, get your hormones checked every year, because those they're the drivers, or they're what keeps your body going.
mm, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Are there any particular supplements you need to take as well?
You know, I
Natural
was
supplements?
I was huge on the supplements when I was younger. Um, I don't. The only one I take that I feel actually works is L-carnitine, fumarate.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing. And then I take a protein powder to help supplement my protein, since I'm a flexitarian vegan.
And is that a whey protein that you have?
I do Orgain, which is a plant-based protein,
Okay.
like pea, rice, pumpkin, stuff like that.
Mm. Okay. Right. And what, it's organic as well?
Yes, of course.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. So right now, what would you say your fitness goals are?
I just keep looking like I'm looking and feeling like I'm feeling. Just keep doing what I'm doing. I don't have any like really particular goals. I just want to maintain my current level of fitness. Like I don't ever want to be like, I can't imagine not working out. I can't, like, the thought of like something happening where I'm like in a wheelchair or something terrifies me, you know. But yeah, just keep going at it
That's awesome. How long do you think you'll train until? Until what age?
until
Until
I'm dead.
90? Okay,
Yep.
okay. And what age are you hoping to live to?
God, I think about that a lot now.
Yeah?
I don't know, you know. Ugh. If I can still look like this, I'll live. I want to be like 120, but otherwise, I don't know. Getting old's get kind of scary, huh?
And where did you say you lived? What part of the state?
Oh, I live in Orange County, California, in a town called Tustin. We're kind of close to Anaheim, Disney World, and all that. And
Okay.
then I also have a place out in the high desert.
Oh, right. So you move about then.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Are they all warm places?
Oh, yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. Well, the desert gets pretty cold, but yeah, I can't do cold like New York State, or oh God, I don't know how you do it in London.
I guess like you kind of get used to it. Um, do you know what? It's weird. I do love the cold though.
Do you
I
really?
yeah. It's a weird thing. In fact, when it's really cold, I prefer to go out when it's really cold than when it's just in between or just raining. When it's raining, I find it's quite annoying. But if it's quite
Yeah.
frosty outside, yeah,
Uh-huh.
does it for me.
Huh.
I'm like, yeah. Yeah, I don't know why. It's mm.
Yeah, but then you can't show off your guns.
That's true. That's true. But funny enough, like some people do see that I'll do some IG stories where I'm walking out in the cold. I'm jogging in the cold when it's like -2 degrees. Uh,
Woo.
yeah.
Dang.
And I love it. I don't know. Just like when you get in a sauna or you get a sweat on, when you get out in the cold, the feeling you get afterwards, I don't know. It's just beautiful. It's an amazing feeling. But
Huh.
anyway, Lynn, it's been absolutely incredible. I've
Thank
really enjoyed having a chat with you and just getting to know more about you. And I think you're going to inspire so many people, so many women, and so many people who are at that stage in their life thinking, should I continue? Is it worth it still going to the gym? Because
Yes.
look at you now. You've done such a great job and you're
Thank
inspiring
you.
so many people. So you're on
Thank you.
Instagram. What is your Instagram handle so that
It is
everyone can...
Lynn Montoya Fitness.
Mhm.
And then also on YouTube, I've been posting HIIT workouts and ab workouts. And that is, you can find me under Lynn Montoya Fitness there as well.
That's excellent, excellent. And do you have a website that
Oh,
you want to
yes,
share?
LynnMontoyaFitness.com.
Okay, so that all should be pretty easy to find. Right, Lynn
Yeah.
Montoya. Montoya. Okay, I thought it was Montana. Montoya,
Yeah.
right.
Montoya, yeah.
Super, super. So thanks again for your time. I've
Thank you
really
so
enjoyed it
much,
today.
Roger. Yeah, it was
Anytime.
fun. Thank you.
Excellent. Well, have a beautiful day, and
Thank you.
I'll be following you on your on your Instagram.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for tuning in today's episode. Any guests which I have on the show really provide some golden nuggets and useful life-changing tips. So always feel free to check out their social media platforms or website links, which will be written in the show notes. These shows are financed by my sponsors, so your contributions are always greatly appreciated. Any clickable links with discount codes will not only provide you with the best services, but will help out the podcast too. So thank you. If you do like the Roger Snipes Show podcasts, then why not give it a review? A 5-star would be awesome, but some great feedback on what you liked about the show or what you would have liked to hear would be helpful too. Until next time.